everybody, and welcome to Hakuoki Kyoto Wins. This is a visual novel. I play a lot of visual novels, kind of tired of visual novels, honestly, but I'm super depressed. So, it's hard to make a good effort, content-wise, and it's really easy to just read a visual novel. That's also why I don't have a camera, because I didn't feel like getting dressed. I've been wearing this shirt for 2 days. I'm gross, I know it. But it makes me feel better trying hard. So, we're gonna do that. We'll leave it. Why not? Chizuru is a pretty name. This work of fiction and here, whatever, usual nonsense. I intend to play this game from start to end. Not today. Oh no, we're only playing like 30 minutes today. Prologue, 1864, December. Cool. Just whatever choices I feel I want to pick. And maybe one day in the future we'll like try for a specific route. I don't know. I have 2 of these games. They're kind of long. I've played hours of this a couple years ago on my DS, so I bought it again. I wanted to play it on the channel. I'm kind of burnt out on visual novels. I've been playing so many of them. Oof. So this will probably be sparingly. There will never be any camera. There will be no image of me in any of these games. It makes it easier on me. That way if I'm not feeling up to getting ready, I have something to fall back on. So that's just what this game's gonna be. It's gonna be my fallback plan. Alright, cool. Works for me, thanks for asking. Sorry. So this is Kyoto. It was awfully impressive. Oh, can I turn that off, please? No denying it. How do I? Shit. Oh. Okay. I don't want to, like, progress the game. I just want to... That turns that off. Okay. I guess maybe we could turn it off eventually. We'll just click through it. Oh, whoops, sorry, wrong button. Japanese controls. Even simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. They nodded and smiled to one another, as if family and not strangers about on errands. Still, there was something else as well. Something making the city feel strangely cold. Almost as though there was a great invisible wall, shutting out anyone wandering from the country. I'm not sure if I belong here. No, that's all in my head. I walked quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and both my mind and body were exhausted. Even so, tiredness was no reason to meander and feel sorry for myself. I couldn't afford to. Excuse me? I hesitantly stopped a passerby. I'm sorry, I seem to be a bit lost. Could you... What? What am I supposed to do now? I keep forgetting to click through it. I'm sorry. I was lost again, but in a different sort of way. I sighed and looked up at the darkening sky. The sun was beginning to set. People I'd spoken to showed me no unkindness, and they'd given me directions I'd needed, but... Was now really the best time to leave the city? Learning the person I'd hoped to visit had left town caused hope to seep from my crumbling resolve. The only person besides father I could rely on in the city, who I could rely on... Wait. In the city who I could rely on... What? I think it's missing a comma. Press down to read terminology. Okay. Koto Yukimura was his papa, a Dutch-educated doctor in service to the shogunate and the father of the protagonist. He has been missing since shortly after his arrival in Kyoto. Oh, how do I... how do I exit out of this? Oh, okay. Well, can I read on Dr. Matsumoto as well? Excuse me. What if I... Can I click on it? Oh, no, that just progressed. Okay. Dr. Matsumoto was a was a doctor serving the shogunate. Okay. A military government run by samurai. In this game, it refers to the Tokugawa shogunate. So I tend to read just about everything. Because while I know what a shogunate is, not everybody does. So there's that. I'd never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in the man. He had told me that if I ran into any trouble in his absence, I was to contact Dr. Matsumoto. Unfortunately, Dr. Matsumoto was out on business and would not return for some time. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. It is indeed rude to visit without warning, which is why I had to send a letter prior to my arrival. But it seems he had left before reading my letter. Perhaps, I thought, I should have waited for a reply before traveling to an unfamiliar city. But I can no longer spend time waiting idly for news. Ah, Papa! Chizuru. The main character of this story, she travels to Kyoto in search of her father, and she consequently finds herself involved with a shinsengumi. This button. Okay, sorry. Is there something wrong, Father? He paused for a moment and looked at me. That's cool. I didn't expect there to be a voice acting. I can't remember if there's voice acting in the one I played on my DS, but this, I think, is like a revamped version. I'm not 100% certain, so that's cool. Still gonna reread what he said, because don't know about you, but I don't speak Japanese. It seems I must depart for the city of Kyoto. Is it for business again? He'd left the house often during that period, sometimes for days at a time. How long will you be gone? I'm afraid I can't say. A month, perhaps. Maybe 2. Oh. There was no hiding my disappointment. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I couldn't beg him not to go, or some other foolishness. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. Please, Father, be careful. They say that the city of Kyoto is dangerous. He only smiled and nodded. Aw, he blinked. That's weird. You needn't fret. I like listening to them. If you don't like it, oh well. This is my channel. Go play this game for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description like always. I'll be sure to send you letters often, so that you will have no need to worry. Okay. You promise? Father kept his promise, and a new letter arrived so often I scarcely had the time to respond before another would arrive. He told me that he worried about me being home all by myself. Then the letters stopped. A whole month passed with no word. Oh shit. Father, they say Kyoto is full of Ronin? Yep, not even a try. I tried to learn Japanese for quite a few years. Didn't get very far, because I have the willpower of I'd say a squirrel, but they have a lot of willpower. Have you seen them go after those bird feeders? have the willpower of a cat toy. There we go. Yeah, and I have my retainers in, so that's just pronouncing an R in Japanese with your retainer. I don't think it's gonna go very well. Anyway, regardless. Ronin, samurai who have left their master, or who have been stripped of their privileges. It can also refer to a samurai who does not have a master to serve. Oh, wrong button again. Sorry. It is not a safe place. Unusually, a samurai is paid by their house. Oh, not unusually. Sorry, my bad. Usually, a samurai is paid by their house. But house refers to the domain or clan that a samurai serves. It can also be used after a fashion to refer to a specific person a samurai serves. This button. Then this button. Got it. Ronin, who report to no house, often rob people in order to make ends meet. They are nothing more than violent criminals who hide behind the image of the samurai. Such is the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of Ronin. Small wonder, then, what I worried for my father. My mind would concoct horrible possibilities, and I often found myself depressed and tense. First, I suppose I need to find a place to stay. Lost in the thought, I didn't notice nightfall descend. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the faintest idea how long searching for him would take. I brought a negligible sum of money with me, enough to last me a month if used wisely. Finding father in this window of time was a must. Otherwise, I would have to depend on Dr. Matsumoto returning in this time, or else I'd be forced to return home without a word. Well, at any rate, I should try and be as frugal as possible. I lengthened my stride and set off on my path. Fortunately for me, men's clothing assisted with keeping a quicker pace than women's. Kyoto presented many dangers to a young girl hoping to explore the city without direction. My disguise, such as it was, proved successful, and I'd safely made it all the way to Kyoto. Such success went to my head and led me to believe I could explore Kyoto as I pleased. But Kyoto is not a safe place. I should have remembered that. Instead, I had somehow convinced myself that the city's hidden dangers didn't apply to me. Hey, kid. I was about to discover otherwise. Oh boy. I spun around. In the street in front of me were 3 Ronin. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm, reaching nonchalantly for my kododachi. Originally a short katana, by the end of the Edo period it referred to a large wakizashi. It was usually worn as half of a pair with a larger sword, such as a katana. My father encouraged me to take sword lessons. I'd kept with them, and I did rather well. I was confident enough in defending myself. However, perhaps my overconfidence in myself is what served the situation at hand to me. I'd messed up and let my guard down. My fault. There was a chance I could take them on, but there were 3 of them and 1 of me. Pretty nice blade you got there, kid. Only then did I realize they were far more interested in my sword than they were in me. Looks like a bit much for a pup like this, right? Give it here, okay? We'll put it to good use. But this is... The sword wasn't just some blade I'd picked up. It was a family heirloom spanning generations. There was no way I could give it to the Ronin. Though I had a feeling they wouldn't understand. In such a situation, the best decision was undoubtedly to retreat. Run away! I turned and ran as fast as my legs could. Hey, get back here, you little bastard! Voice acting on par. Gosh, they sure don't give up easily, do they? I felt like I'd been running for quite a while, but I could still hear the Ronin cursing loudly. I ducked into an alley, flattening against the wall. After deciding they weren't too close, I crept farther into the alley. Someone left a couple sheets of wood leaning against one of the houses. A perfect hiding spot. What luck, I thought, kneeling down under them. This is my way to escape this mess. Uh-huh. I was listening for sounds intently, and suspicious calm entered my mind. Oh, and a specific, whatever. I'd expected to hear the Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but seconds turned into minutes. I heard nothing. I was about to sneak out and have a look when... Ooh, I don't think that needs to be translated. Sabaru, bro, you did. What? My plan to investigate was immediately halted. Remaining silent and hidden was more important. Still. Damn you. Oh, I spoke over him, sorry. Damn you. Oh, you done? Okay. Sometimes the translation is just so much longer than the spoken word sounds like. What is this? Why won't you die? Damn it! We gotta get out of here! Awkward. It was then that true fear began to set in. There was something dangerous out there. Something quite possibly lethal. Dude, I think it's lethal. Did you hear them? My imagination conjured up no shortage of gruesome theories. Ooh. Even so, I can feel an itch of curiosity. I wanted to know what was out there. Carefully, I peeked around the corner's edge. Ooh. The cold reflection of the moonlight upon sorry, I keep forgetting to click through. Upon a blade glared at me, and my eyes followed it to the arm that held it, clad in a coat of light blue. Oh, jeez. Had this person saved me? But no slower that it appeared, my hope vanished. Oh boy. What a laugh, pals. What a laugh. Help! I heard the Ronin stumbling to beg for his life. The person in the blue coat said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. Ooh, icky. That was apparently very painful. I hate and love those wicked Japanese laughs. Like, there's no other wicked laugh like them. They're just so good. A high, screeching laugh cut the man's scream. Ooh, icky, all over the place. The blade fell through the air like a butcher's knife rather than a sword. No skill, just death. The scream turned wet, caught, and disappeared like air leaving half-empty bellows. Ew. My eyes went wide. I had just witnessed a murder. A murder! Sorry, my brain, it makes jokes in the background. A murder, I said. My brain said, this is the time to call Nancy Drew. I'm sorry. It's a very important scene, and my brain is bringing Nancy Drew into it. I hope the audio's not too loud. I'm still getting used to this new mic. It picks up a ton more than my teeny little webcam did, and it just is a lot. Any strength I'd received vanquished quickly. My legs gave way and I crumbled to the ground. My eyes widened like busted shells. He died with the first blow, but as I watched, the blades fell, carving lines into the corpse. I promise this isn't a horror one, I don't think. I've played hours of it. This is the scariest it gets. The soft slip of a blade through flesh, the silent creep of blood across the ground. Ooh, spooky. I felt nothing from them but madness. Their only desire was raw, animalistic violence. Whatever they were, it wasn't human. They were broken. Hook. Hook. How do you make that sound? Hook. Hook. Okay, I think that's the best we're gonna get out of me. I could feel my throat clench tightly, and a warm, dark smell brushed against my face. I slowly recognized the coppery tang of blood. An icy bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. What was I gonna do? What could I do? You have to run, Chizuru. If I focused my jaw open and drew a right... Oh, I forced my jaw... If I focus my jaw... How do you focus a jaw? Whatever, ignore me. I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. This was the only chance I'd get. I had to... Ah! Sorry, I don't feel comfortable screaming. My husband, he's asleep and I have insomnia. It's late and he's got work. So... Ah! There you go. My body, still numb with fear, was unresponsive. I lurched sideways against the stacked wood, and with a rough clatter, it collapsed. Ooh! God! It's so cool. So cool! The creatures turned, coats drenched in blood. Their eyes locked with mine and bore into me. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement as prey... Wait. Please work with me, tongue. It's okay. You just calm down. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement at prey to be slaughtered. I had to run. I couldn't die yet, but my legs refused to move. Their hideous, cackling laughter echoed. I was going to die. Ooh. My body was frozen with terror. I couldn't even scream. This was it. This was the end. Oh shit. Green and blue? Lightsabers? Was I just saved by some Jedi? I don't watch enough... I've never seen a single Star Wars movie, so I don't know who has a green lightsaber and who has a blue one. What else could they be? Is it, sailors from Sailor Moon? Is that what they're called? Just sailors? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. What? Ew. I watched them raise their bloody swords, the moon glinting off the metal. Then there was a flash of light and the soft splash of blood. I could feel it, warm and sticky. Bile began to rise in my throat, but before disgust took hold, I heard a voice. Hello, pretty boy. The first of many. Really? The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy. Sorry, I don't know if clicking through will make them stop speaking, because I like hearing the voice acting. It's good. And here I was planning to take care of them all. Can't you have picked another day to work fast, Saito? As he spoke, the strange man smiled, almost as if he were enjoying himself. He's very quiet. Hajime Saito. It's a cool name. I only did my job. Unlike you, I take no pleasure in battle. Well, that's not a very nice thing to say. Sorry, I'm trying to match his same, like, tone and attitude, but I am not going to do it well, and I am sorry if you came here expecting that. You will be disappointed. He laughed. You don't even bother to deny it. The man called Saito sighed with the air of a long-suffering companion and looked at me. I can't tell if that was the end of him speaking or if I clicked through it. I was like, let's experiment. We'll experiment on the next one too, just in case. Sorry if I'm skipping stuff that y'all want to hear. Maybe, but if you just sat back and let them kill the kid, you could have saved us some trouble. Fucking asshole, dude. Not as tall as I expected him. In the photo, he looked like he was shorter, but it was just because perspective. Like, who needs perspective in their images? Nobody. Duh. Look at that chest, though. Aren't you cold, boy? It's fucking snowing and you got your chest hanging out. You don't even have hair to, like, keep you warm. Maybe, but if you just sat back— oh, I read that. I'm sorry. His tone was light, but it confirmed my fears. I may have escaped the schemes of my Ronin, but I was ensnared by something much darker. Cool. It doesn't skip the chatter? I don't know. Which works because I hate that slowly word by word tickling. It's just, makes me the sad. Makes me the most sad. Okay, whatever, moving on. Perhaps that decision is not ours to make. Huh? Then, who was in charge of these two? Their conversation led me to believe they were part of an organization. As I thought about it, I recalled hearing about men with blue coats. It's very hot in my office, but I can't open the door because it's dark, and I'm scared of the dark. Boop, boop, boop. I read that. Ah! Ah! Sounds like a bird. My thoughts were interrupted by a dark shape sliding into view. Oh. Hello? Where is he? He looks like Kanda. Oh. I swallowed hard. That was creepy the way I said that. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought, because it was ticking along, I swallowed sounds like a perfectly reasonable sentence to me. Oh man. It's late, can you tell? I'm tired. Gulp. I swallowed hard. The moonlight shone off his smooth, dark hair. For reasons I couldn't fathom, in that moment the light on his hair made me think. Think what? Of the wistfulness of flower petals. Huh. So like Byakuya? What? It was almost as if the cherry trees were blooming out of season. Oh, no, go back. No, I'm sorry. Go back. No. No. No! Ah! Okay. Ah! No! Don't, Otto. No! Don't do that either. No! No! Okay. Sure, we'll save. Sorry, I'm just exploring my controller. How do I... Can I have an options menu, please? Oh, that made it do something, but it didn't seem happy about doing it. Ooh, what just happened? I want to figure this out. Okay, I should end the episode and then figure this out. I forgot how to end an episode, sorry. I'm excited to play this. It's been sitting on my desktop, waiting for me to finish things up so I could play this. I just hadn't got around to it because I was playing a bunch of smaller ones. I didn't want to commit to something so large with another huge series like Forever Home hanging around. It's still hanging around, but I really just felt like doing something easy so I could put down a couple of episodes for the next couple of days and try to feel better. Take a couple of days to stop doing things and just try to feel better. Anyway, thank you all for coming out and hanging with me. I do feel a little bit better after playing some game because a game is life. And I hope you will come back and hang out with me some more so that I can feel even better. Anyway, thank you all for coming out and playing with me. I had a lot of fun and I'll see you all next time. Bye!